Advanced Warfare is the greatest Call of Duty so far. So I'm in a private match, which is highly customizable. And first, I'm gonna go to one of my many modes. Now you can do all manner of things, and I design it each game for what kind of practice I want to achieve. Like I have a sniper set up to where everyone drops sniper rifles, and you can go free for all, and you just have a lot of opportunities to do quick scoping, to do strafe shots, which is the jump shot, and to get anything that you want accomplished done. So I'm going to do my standard operating procedure. I'm going to set up some bots. We're going to do 7 and 7 because the thing about playing in TDM is that it allows you these different interactions in which you can run into 3 people at the same time who are all looking only to kill you, in which case you can then develop the ability to just kill 3 people in a row without inciting an emotional response. That's a very key component to being good at this game, is remembering it is a game. It's not something you get mad at, and basically only something to derive pleasure from. And if you are failing, you have a moment to sit back, relax, and look at why you are having trouble. Somebody's sneaking up behind you, then you need to pay more attention to your surroundings. You're not having luck with the gun, you need more practice with the gun. Alright, so I want to talk about how custom this game is. Now normally you only get, I think, 12 or 13 slots. 12, I think it is. But I've set it up to 20, which is an option in private mode, so you can do a lot more. I work with several different things, and I like that. So, you do actually get less attachments than Black Ops 3. It was interesting that they made this decision, but you can run, overkill. That way you have your snipes in your back pocket. Run any of a multitude of different types of rifles and play just any way you want. If you want to putz around with the double pistols or a heavy shield, or just try your luck with a rocket launch or a grenade launcher, you can. All manner of different heavy weapons, a spectrum of shotguns that allows you to go from a full auto one that basically anyone can get a kill with, to something that requires a little bit more finesse, to the single shot pump that still has a good fire rate, to a glory kill with something that's just, you have to hit the first one, otherwise you're in a lot of trouble. And then you have something that's kind of more fancy. It takes a lot of finesse and understanding how it works, because to make it work for you. Spectrum of sniper rifles, from challenge rifles to ones that reward excellence, and then your standard workhorse rifles. So just in this spectrum, you have many different types of weapons that allow you to transition between the classes. Say, the assault rifle, you would like to eventually get good at sniping. Well, start using a 3-round burst, and that will allow you to sight then fire, which is the essential skill of sniping, is to sight then fire, and will make you a better assault rifle player. So not only did you have a large spectrum of guns that all behave very differently and offer their own challenges and unique playstyle, you also had modifiable score streaks. So they fit your needs. I like having electric time, but since I don't get many longer runs, I don't run many other things. But you can do threat detection, where if you're getting 8 kills in a round, then you can really hook your team up with them being able to see everyone through walls. You can make it to where it doesn't get shot down, or say you like to run a turret, you can make it a sentry, or you can make it rippable and just run around with a minigun or a rocket launcher or a laser gun, and it's just brutal. And when you die, you get to keep it, so you get to run that bad boy out, which is excellent. It adds a rewarding element to the game that you don't feel shortchanged on. You know, it had very dramatic score streaks that were avoidable, though. The score streaks were not dominating and obnoxious in the same way that like some of the Modern Warfare 2 or 1 score streaks are, or even Black Ops for that matter. Although they were brutal, and you know, you had to adapt to them. But you could do whatever you wanted. You know, you want Hellfire versus the cluster. You want extra missiles to rain down on them. It allowed the score streaks grew with the individual and where their skill level was at, and that's what we need is a broad spectrum of potential. Now look at this. I have seen very few other first-person shooters that allowed this level of customability. I have all manner of sunglasses that I can wear, all manner of helmets, you know, from something goofy and jokey to something kind of creepy to a more serious military appearance, you know. And this goes all the way down to the type of shirt that you would like to wear, the type of gloves that you would like to wear, just, you know, almost the socks if they would show, you know, all manner of gloves, and you can be as flashy or as basic, as military as you want to. Very personal. And you can change not only your gender, but your race. Hold on, let me knock his helmet off for a second. See, I'm wearing sunglasses underneath my helmet. You want to be a black chick, you want to be a Chinese woman, you want to be a ginger girl, that's available to you. You know, you want to be the boss, military sergeant, you want to be Luke Cage, some kind of, you know, scar-faced, creepy white dude. This is all available, and you know, being able to choose your gender was something that was absent from some of the past Call of Duties, which, you know, it wasn't fulfilling to some spectrum of the audience, whoever that was. I'm gonna put my helmet back on. And these things are essential. This is what people seek, is to express themselves, and that's part of what this game is we're expressing skill, we're expressing personal style through our play styles, and you know, and in this game, our appearance, and you know, that is something that Advanced Warfare did very well. Now let's go ahead and select a nice level. Oh, you know what? There's a level that drives home one of my favorite aspects of this game. We're going to go to Skyrise, which is a remake level. I want to say from Modern Warfare 2, but I may not remember correctly. So we're going to go ahead and start this up and take a moment to load. And but that brings me to a topic, is that they really tried to push a quick load time and a small amount of time in between games. Like if you play Black Ops 3 the Zombies, there's a solid like minute or 2 minute wait in between local matches. Instantaneous. There should be a feature where you just automatically restart with no pause. It is disrespectful to the user base. It's insulting. Why should I be punished during a game for my finite time? That's to me amoral, you know. So I'm gonna drop in. We're gonna work with the AK-12, And this brings me to the red dot sites. Very unintrusive. You know, they don't take up much of the screen. Very clean. And there was you didn't have to earn your reticles right off the bat. You could have any reticle you like. I personally like the circle because then I'm not blotting out what I'm trying to look at. I can see what I'm trying to fire at, you know, and then shoot it, and boom, right on the money. So the thing that I'm trying to get drive home with this level is the amount of challenge there was. As you can see, there's no red dots on that guy. I just have to see him, which, oops, I missed, which is kind of disappointing. Hit marker. But in between that, there's this flapping tarp. It's difficult to see through. There's debris flying through the air that as it flies in your peripheral, it fools you. You're like, wait, what was that? Was that somebody? It's tricky. It's challenging to pick out who was what. You can even put on a perk that takes the oops, shot him right in the ass. It takes the red letters off your name, you know? Like, you can really hide out in a corner and be difficult to find. This is a, you know, a game that demands the senses and a refinement of the senses. See, like, look, here's the ARX, and this is a 3-round burst gun. So I can, instead of going with the AK, which is a fully automatic, say I want to learn the sniper rifle. Here I am, taking the first steps to getting comfortable with sighting and firing. And then there is the most important aspect, in my opinion, of why Advanced Warfare is one of the greatest games, and that is the unparalleled advanced mobility system. Now, allegedly, Halo has like some kind of strafe dodge, and they have a double jump. Halo 5, the time that I tried to play it, it wouldn't let me play multiplayer matches offline. Now, I don't know if I was doing something wrong. I don't own an Xbox, and I didn't get a lot of time to fiddle with it, but I sat down for a few minutes and really was not having any success. This game, not only can you play offline, you can have your friends from the internet come and play in unranked matches with you, and where you can modify the rules to any way you like. And you can fight bots to practice on your own without ruining your KD. But getting back to what I was saying about the most important aspect of this game is the advanced mobility. Although I prefer the Black Ops 3 jump because it allows you to kind of do this like jetpacky, curvy, odd maneuvers. The thing about the double jump is that it allows you to do what I call the devil's dance, in which you chase a person around, you know, and try to get at him. You only get so much, and you boost, and you can kind of boost back and forth, do a jump, twist around, dodge over here, and really have some intense gameplays that I have not found anything like in any other game. Now, the level designs, in my opinion, are excellently designed for this playstyle of being able to kind of crawl anywhere you want, get up, look around, get up here, be tricky. Oh, whoops! I'm getting knocked around on a barrel. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. You know, and you can get really fluid with this game. There's oh damn, Taco got me. I thought I had him down. Anyways, but the strafe dodges allowed you to get around pretty quick, although the wall running would be nice as well. Each level is well designed with beautiful color palettes that are vivid yet realistic, kind of like hyper-saturated reality. Nice tones, nice gradients. There's grit. There's, garbage on the floor. Guys slumped over. In some cases, the blood spray from a headshot is brutal, and it spackles against the wall behind them in a realistically satisfying manner, but isn't overly gory. I can't find a single dang bot. Where are they all at? Oh, they're down below. Anyway, tossing some grenades. I feel like I didn't, I put them on regular or something. That's another thing. The recruit bots are brutal. They'll catch you slipping. I also practice with the snipes a lot, which they adapt to your ability. And so if you're playing crappy, they'll give you a chance to sight them and, kind of get practice making it happen. But if you're going, they're gonna turn it up, and every 5 kills it appears as though they really turn it up, and if they catch you slipping, they'll kill you. So it becomes difficult to get the 30 skill streak, or the 30-point score streak, or the DNA bomb. And that's one of the great things about training with the bots, is even if you just keep it on recruit, so you have more of an opportunity to refine your movements, you're going around your corners and cornering real smoothly, looking in relevant places, and not like staring at a wall or anything. You can still refine your map movement habits, where you're not just like derping out in the open getting yourself killed. You have to mind your cover, creep around, and really the only way to get that 30 kill streak is to play the map well. Because otherwise, they will catch you slipping and just smite you the way the regular or the veteran bots do. The veteran and the regular bots do behave a little differently. They do a little more boost jumps and stuff like that. And they'll do tricky things like use their shield, and they'll snipe and stuff. But essentially, they really don't play too much differently. The main thing is if one sees you across the map, it's going to take the shot, whereas sometimes they won't on recruit, which makes it more manageable to where you're not respawning constantly, and you can, like I said, work on your skills. So yeah, and I didn't cover the exo abilities, but you can, I boost slammed him, nice. You can bring a shield, you can cloak, you can I ran out of ammo. I didn't realize what was going on. There was an exo ping to where you could figure out where people were by their gunfire and their movements, even if they had low profile on them. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. I'm only just now starting to learn it and want to use it. You had stim where you can give yourself extra life. It was a very personal game. Like I said, it still is. It is a very personal game. One that I really want to see another version of. I've always said that I would like the strafe dodging added to the Black Ops 3 jump system, but in all honesty, I like the intensity of the boost double jump and what kind of play it offers as far as like the Devil's Dance and doing these kind of crazy maneuvers to get away from each other. And I guess that's available with the Black Ops 3 jump too, but with a little bit more kind of hover ability where you can kind of bunny hop along in the air. I'd like to see it both ways, honestly, and that's something that I wanted to cover, is that we should have multiple play options, you know, one where the exo ability is unlimited, the one where the, you know, and the strafe dodge is longer and unlimited, you know, you get more jumps, you get more strafes, have like an official TDM, you know, the one that, you know, is competitive and is covered in MLG or whatever, but then let us play the way we want to play. Oops. Oh man, I just was not doing that. Oh, never mind. Because that's the deal. This is a game, and you're giving us something that we want to spend our time on. We want to spend our time our way. Not everybody is really interested in keeping up their KD and eventually becoming competitive or whatever. You know, like, I don't really play the objective modes. I kind of like them, but good old-fashioned TDM just feels good, and it's something to veg on, and it has its own value. Oh, he snatched my kill. So, I've covered a lot of what I wanted to say. One of the other things that I wanted to cover real quick, whoops, is the visual distortions that occur. Let's see. I think I have an ohm here. If you look at this, there is just a ton of like blue flash. There's, you know, it's lighting the environment on fire. If I do this, watch, I'll show you the EM1. This one is interesting because it's a tricky weapon to use because the muzzle flash and distortion. Oh no, I'm thinking of the repulsor. The muzzle flash is so ridiculous, but you can see the heat distortions. See coming off of the gun. You know, it's causing perceptible distortion in the air that is found in multiple parts of the level, or in multiple levels, excuse me. Like in Terrace, there's a fire going on one of the patios, and it makes it very difficult to see through this door, and so it becomes this challenge to be able to perceive through the door. There's a level called Parliament, in which there's waves crashing up the side of the boat, and say you're aiming down sight, like past these crates, trying to see down this hallway, and you're just about to take the shot, and then a wave hits, and boom, there's water in the way, and you're like, son of a gun, I almost had it. Or you fire and you get right through that, and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe I shot that entirely off of instinct, you know. It's a very smooth and buttery game. I will say that Infinite Warfare, I think, has one of the finest, like, aiming systems. Although Black Ops 3, I feel, had the stronger jump. That was a little more fun. Infinite Warfare kind of neutered the jetpack double jump style. You know, it was almost like really a ground-based shooter, more than Black Ops was. You know, the wall running was de-emphasized in the levels. It just really was toned down a lot. It's almost like Advanced Warfare was too advanced for your average player, because a lot of people are really traditionalists. You know, humans are stubborn and they dig their heels in when it comes to any change, even if it's a good one. And, you know, unfortunately, neggers are usually much more vocal than people that put up, you know, props for games. We're sitting there playing the game. We were like, I figured that was enough to tell you that we enjoy it. Whereas, you know, somebody who likes to cry is like, meh, meh, meh. I hate everything about this game. It's, you know, boring and stupid and it's hard. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to practice a lot more because this game is way more difficult. Try sniping somebody double jumping and boost dodging out of the way. And you're gonna have a little more difficulty than somebody who's just walking along, and then this is the speed of their strafe. They're like, oh no, it's like whoop, whoop. Try and adapt to that, you know. And really, the thing about the boost dodging is that it's really only adds challenge up close and personal. It's like whoop, and you can get around them and oh wow, you know, I've never stood on top of this. But far away, like, you're just like, you know, it's really, it's something for personal engagements. It's not really gonna save you out here, you know, where I can just zap, 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 zap. Hey, I got a Goliath, what up? Alright, so, let me see. I feel like I pretty much covered all the core elements that I wanted to. I enjoy how this game takes itself a little more seriously. Overwatch, Halo, these games just felt like they were designed for kids to too much of a degree. You know, Black Ops was a little cartoony, it was a little tongue-in-cheek, but it still had a mature element to it. It was fun and gritty, and the campaigns for Black Ops and Advanced Warfare and even Infinite Warfare were superb. I don't understand what people didn't like about them. They told relevant stories about our future, about things we need to be concerned with, whether it be our relationship with AI, relationships with, you know, private militaries and technology getting to the point that you know, private entities can transcend public entities and be more influential than public entities, you know, or even just the value and the severity of sacrifice that our soldiers go through. You know, I mean, in Infinite Warfare, everybody dies, and that's the point. You know, sometimes everybody dies, and it's for the greater good. I teared up a little bit at the end of it. I thought it was a beautiful story. I really enjoyed it. You know, and I mean, like, I've heard people be like, oh, Call of Duty's just more of the same old shit, you know, like, they just keep remaking the same game. And it's like, well, what Halo do? You know, it's still basically the same-ish. What Doom do? What's Battlefield doing? They're all providing their niche. You know, what they do, they've got a tried and true formula, and they stick to it, and that's why people like it. Is they like the consistency. So, like, wait a second, you're gonna say, oh, you don't like the consistency, but then you're gonna cry when they completely change the game and give you new abilities that we've been dreaming about since, you know, first-person shooter started, and you could only get something like a strafe roll in a third-person shooter like Gears of War, you know? I mean, now, forgive me, I'm kind of ignorant of every first-person shooter. Maybe there's another game like this. I just don't know about it, and I've asked a lot of people, and they're like, I haven't heard of anything like that. I've never experienced it. So, you know, I'm only speaking from my experience. But, you know, Call of Duty has nice graphics, good design, compelling gameplay that's consistent yet evolves. And you know, if you don't like this game, then play one of the others. There's a huge fan base still playing Black Ops, which is just absurd. Which, I mean, I wouldn't even want to play against some of those kids. They've been playing for freaking years and years, and I mean, they're probably just too good to even want to deal with. I mean, dude, so the good players on this game, forget it. Just forget it. You know, like, it's obnoxious. I mean, you're going freaking 1-3. I'm just sitting here derping off with a laser talking. I mean, look at this. just ridiculous potential. You can go ahead and get in a mini mech suit if you feel like it. These things are easy to earn. Like if you get the base one, I think it's something like 600 points. You get a life bar. You don't get any missiles though, like in the game. Oh man, unfortunately nobody plays grapple anymore. Grapple was fantastic. It was a really good element in the campaign, and I didn't even know back when I was playing this, while this game was still relevant, that it was available online. Because I was kind of, you know, short-sighted and basically just played TDM and didn't explore the game fully. Heck, I didn't even know about bots in the old Black Ops and whatnot until my second go of Black Ops 2, and some kid showed me that you could put bots in a private match, and then that changed my life. That made it where I could really practice and get better, although when I talk I lose some of my skill. So forgive me if I'm not excelling quite the way that I do when I post some of my other videos. Although a couple like poo-poo videos have gotten online, I need to kind of trim my selection of viewable content. So I've really driven home all the main points. The sound is much better than it was on my last video, and if I want to say, if you feel the same as I do and you think Advanced Warfare needs to be revisited, if this game style needs to happen again, speak up, you know, tell people, get people to play and make your own videos, support the community, and you know, be positive and encouraging. People who get on and they just want to call you trash and want to neg you and bring you down, those people are not representing the Call of Duty community well. I mean, Call of Duty players have reputations of being, you know, pig-headed, racist, misogynistic jocks of video games that like aren't even true gamers. They're just fools that have foul mouths, and that is untrue. I have fantastic friends who are encouraging positive, you know, role models to each other, to the kids they play with. They you know, lead positive lives. They raise families, and that needs to be understood about our community as well, you know, and even the negative aspect actively resisted against. You know, don't feed into their foolish speech. Tell them what's wrong with it. You know, that I mean, to want to run down others is to allude to a moral corruption within oneself, and that will color the way they react to every aspect of their life, and could cause huge social problems their entire life if they don't address it and understand that it is not a way to live, you know, or not as effective of a way to live in a social setting as, you know, just being good to one another. Dang it, everybody keeps killing my guys. So alright, thank you for listening, and, you know, support Advanced Warfare if you love it.